how to use a rotary hammer drill. Before you use any power tool, first thing you're going to do is you want to inspect the tool and make sure it's safe to use and it's actually in working order. One of the first things you're going to do is you're going to check the cord, and also at the same time you'll ensure that it's unplugged, because like any power tool, before you do any maintenance, any inspection, any work on it, any changing of bits or anything with it, other than actually practically use it, you want to make sure that the power source is disconnected. And in our case, it's an AC power source. I've checked the cord. I'm going to check my housing. I'm going to look to make sure somebody hadn't dropped it. I'm going to pay special attention to these vented areas. And this one's got 3 on the back side and 1 on the side here. And when I hold it, I don't want to ever cover up that vent with my hand. I want to make sure this thing has some air to breathe, because it's an air-cooled machine, and these things get quite hot when you use them for quite a while. Then I'm going to check my bit. And a lot of times I'm going to take my bit, and a lot of times I'm going to look at it. If I've got any question at all, you can roll it, and if it's warped or bent at all, you're going to know it really quick, because it'll wobble as it turns around. So, getting ready to use it, actually use it now. I'm going to select the bit. I'm going to insert the bit. Now this one's the chuck on this is a little different. It's got a collar that springs up and down. So I'm going to take it, push it down, and I'm going to work the bit in, and I'm going to find there's a groove that it fits down in, and the collar should come back and lock. Now it may take a couple of twists to find the right spot where it fits. There it goes. And you can see that this bit freely travels up and down even after it's inserted and locked in. Next, I'm going to set my depth gauge. And I'm going to push my little release here. I'm going to push it out so it'll drill in about 1 inch and stop. Make sure I'm in forward. A lot of times on power tools, I like to pump the trigger one time before I plug it in to make sure it doesn't have a trigger lock. Because literally what will happen is you'll set this thing down and you'll go to plug it in. If it's got power and it's got torque, and this motor will jump. And I've had it happen where I've ruined good pieces of furniture in a people's house where I laid a power drill down, turned it on, and it started spinning and the bit went bouncing across the furniture. All right. Then I'm gonna take my selector, make sure I select the rotary hammer part, and that's what we're working on. Check and make sure everything's lined up and it's good to go. I've got the forward handle where I want it. Gonna mark me a hole to drill through. Plug it in. Now when I drill with this, I'm going to start relatively slow, like I've shown before. I like to start with my 2 fingers over the trigger, and I start easing into it. You'll hear it. And you can already hear this one grinding for the hammering function. And the more I ease into it, the faster it goes. Now these tools don't run really fast as far as really high RPM, but they're extremely strong. This is a much stronger tool than a conventional hammer drill for drilling into concrete, especially concrete slabs. All right, I'm gonna power it, I'm gonna squeeze into it, I'm gonna power it off, I'm gonna drill through, and then I'm gonna pull it out. And that's as far as I go. I drilled the hole completely through. It's unplugged. Now you don't have a key for this one, so I'm gonna pull up, pull down on the collar correction, and I'm gonna work the bit out. Then I'm gonna check this, I'm gonna make a check on this thing to make sure everything's in good working order still. My maintenance end, make sure it's clean and dry. I'm especially checking these fins, especially this one on this side. So make sure it doesn't have any dirt or dust or hadn't picked up any rock or gravel. I'm gonna check my bit, make sure the carbide tip hasn't broken off or worn off. Then it's ready to be put up. That is a rotary hammer drill.